Is the budget-friendly Walmart Hello Hobby iron-on vinyl worth the money? I tested it on my Cricut, so you don't have to guess. So first, what I want to do is go over to walmart.com. And as you can see, here is that Hello Hobby iron-on vinyl. I want to point out the size dimensions. So it's 12 inches by 2 feet, which is 24 inches. It comes in a variety of colors, as you can see. And then I also want to point out the price. So it's about $4.97. Gonna scroll down to show you some of the other pictures. And I'm also gonna give you a live shot of the vinyl that I actually have on hand. So these are the instructions that are inside of the packaging. And I'm also going to scroll down so you can see what other people have said about the HTV or the iron-on. As you can see, it has 4.3 stars, 601 ratings. So let's go down there and check out some of the reviews. So here's our summary. Here, the pros: affordable price, vibrant color, durable material, straightforward to use, versatile material. The cons, the only con that's listed here is the sticky transfer. Transfer paper sticks to vinyl, making reading difficult. So let's go down and let's just take a look at some of these images that people have uploaded. Kind of look at their reviews at a high level. So most of these seem to be pretty good. Again, hence the 4.3 rating that they have. Just gonna keep clicking through. And I always recommend doing this for any product that you're going to purchase. Take a look at the reviews for yourself, even if creators or influencers are recommending a product. Okay, so again, most of these reviews say that it's great vinyl. Here's one that has a 1 star. But again, always take a look at those reviews before you make a purchase. Okay, so in comparison to the Cricut Everyday Iron-On Vinyl, as you can see here, regular price for the Cricut Everyday Iron-On Vinyl is about $6.96. So it's about $2 more, a dollar and some change more than the Hello Hobby Vinyl. And here you can see that if you catch it on sale, you can get it for about $1 cheaper. So that's what that looks like. And again, with the sizing, it's the same sizing. So 12 inches by 24 inches or 2 feet. And you can see what the ratings are for the Cricut Everyday Iron-On Vinyl. So 4.6 stars, 2,800 reviews. So yeah, I won't go into all the reviews on the Cricut vinyl. So what I want to do now is to hop over to Cricut Design Space. I'm going to upload my design. And I am using this logo from my alma mater. So I have uploaded that design and I'm going to put it on a shirt. Now the iron-on vinyl that I'm going to show you in just a second is a burgundy or maroon color. So here on the screen, I'm just going to change it to be, just a darker color. You don't have to do this, but just something I'm choosing to do. Also, you want to make sure that you resize your design. So for my shirt, I'm just going to increase the size to 10 inches. And I'm going to click the Make button. I'm going to go ahead and save this project. Save it. And then I'm going to continue moving forward. And I do have to, so as you can see here, I forgot to attach my design. So let me go back. I'm going to cancel here, select my design, click attach in the bottom right corner, and then I'm going to save again. Okay, and then I'm going to make. You can see a preview of the design here. Next, I'm going to connect to my Cricut machine. Okay, so here I will click the continue button. And now I need to choose my material. So I'm going to choose the Everyday Iron-On setting. And one thing that I did not do, but I appreciate about the new updates in Cricut Design Space, is that they automatically mirrored my design because I chose the Everyday Iron-On. I do appreciate that about the recent updates in the software. So as you can see, I'm just hovering over that mat over on the left side. You can see that my design has been mirrored for me. So from here, I'm just going to show you the actual iron-on vinyl, and then I am going to open it up, put it on my mat, and start cutting this vinyl. So this is the Hello Hobby iron-on vinyl from Walmart. This is the color that I have, maroon. And again, you can see that's 12 by 2 feet, 12 inches by 2 feet, which is 24 inches. And this is what the back of the packaging looks like. Just gonna show you, for example, what it looks like stacked up against some of the other brand iron-on vinyls. So I have a Siser brand here. I have the Cricut Sport Flex iron-on vinyl, and also have that Dollar Tree Crafter Square iron-on vinyl. So this is just a comparison of what those look like stacked up against each other. Most of these are the same size, 12 inches by 24 inches, or these say 11.8, so 11.8 by 24 inches. And for the Dollar Tree vinyl is 12 by 12. So again, this is the Hello Hobby iron-on vinyl by Walmart. So what I'm gonna do now is to just go ahead and open up this package and show you what the instructions look like. So as I showed you on the screen before, this is what those iron-on instructions look like for this Hello Hobby Walmart iron-on vinyl. I want to point out a couple things. So the temperature says 300 degrees. That's if you're using a heat press. If you're using an iron, like a regular household iron, you want to make sure that the steam is turned off. And it also looks like it's a maybe a cool peel, because it does say wait 15 or 20 seconds. I guess that's like a warm peel before you peel off that carrier sheet. Also want to point out that it says to allow 24 hours to pass before you wash. When you do wash your garment inside out in cold water, air dry only, do not bleach, and then iron reverse if you need to iron your shirt or your material. So just gonna unroll this vinyl. So I'm just gonna unroll it so you can see what that looks like. This is the backing. This is that front side that goes down on the mat. Remember, shiny side always goes down on the mat. So from here, what I'm gonna do is to just go ahead and put this down on my mat. I'm using a 405 12 by 12 mat from Hobby Lobby. So this is always the toughest part, trying to make sure that you line up the vinyl on your mat, but because this is a brand new sheet, hopefully I can get it down right the first time. And it looks like I did pretty good for my first time. So just making sure that it's flat. Going to take my scraper and just push down. And again, remember, shiny side goes down on your mat. Okay, so I'm going to begin cutting now. I'll add in some video footage of me cutting as well. So I did have to end up cutting my vinyl 2 times. Here you can see it didn't really cut as deep as I would have liked. And here you can see that I had my Cricut machine to cut that vinyl a little bit more, and you can see that design clearly. Okay, so my design has been cut. I did have to do a second cut because the first cut didn't seem as if it was deep enough, just in my opinion. So one thing I will say is that this vinyl is pretty thick, which does remind me of the Cricut brand vinyl or iron-on transfer. So as you saw, I took my X-Acto knife and cut across, but I didn't cut it deep enough because this vinyl is pretty thick, as I mentioned before. I'm just taking my scissors to cut across. Okay, gonna put this extra to the side. All right, so now it is time to start weeding this vinyl. It feels pretty smooth. It feels about, you know, very similar to how the Cricut brand vinyl feels. I will say that my most favorite heat transfer vinyl or iron-on vinyl is the Siser brand or Siser brand. But yeah. This feels really good too. And for the Siser brand or Siser brand, I love the easy weed kind. So what I'm gonna do now is to start removing out those inside pieces that I do not need. So this is my finished design. Overall, I feel like the weeding process was pretty easy. As I mentioned before, I did have to do a double cut because the first initial cut, and I just used the regular everyday iron-on vinyl, I didn't feel like it cut deep enough the first time. So you may want to, just from the start, just use more pressure. That's probably what I would have done had I known before. But yeah, this weeded out fairly easy. Again, I feel like the texture and the weed process for this heat transfer vinyl, it feels like the regular Cricut everyday iron-on type of vinyl. So now what I'm gonna do is to prep my area. I'm gonna show you my HTV Runt Easy Press that I'm gonna be using. I have a white t-shirt that I'm gonna put this design on, and yeah, we're gonna start pressing. Okay, so this is the shirt that I have. It's just a regular Gildan shirt that I got from Michael's. I'm gonna tear off this label. As you can see, the shirt has been folded up, so it's pretty wrinkled. So what I'll do is to just go ahead and press it while my Easy Press is still heating up. So I'm only pressing the area where my design will go. I think I may come down a little bit and hit the neckline as well. So I'm heating my Easy Press to 300 degrees. Again, be sure you hold on to this paper so that you can refer back to the instructions. If you need to, they're also online as well. So if you end up trashing this, you can still just go online to the Walmart website and find these instructions. So what I'm gonna do now is to just fold this shirt in half. And I'm just going to press it down the middle so I'll know where the center of my shirt is. Okay, so when I open it back up, there is a crease down the center of my shirt. If you want to, always recommend that you take a lint roller and just get off any lint that may be on your shirt. If you have any like extra, you know, the sticky side of your heat transfer vinyl, you can just cut that off and use that as a lint roller as well. So what I'll do now is to just fold my design in half. So the way that my design lays down, I'm just gonna fold it in half and put a little crease at the top. Put a little crease down at the bottom as well. So now when I open it back up, there's a, there's a crease down the middle of that design. You should always measure like 6 or 3 inches down from the neckline. So let me grab my ruler and let me rotate this so it looks straight. And this design is a little funky too because, you know, I'm looking at it on the camera and this initial crease that I put down the middle doesn't look as straight, but there are a lot of different ways that you can, you know, figure out how to straighten up your design. So let me get my ruler and make sure that I'm about 3 inches down from the neckline. So from here, I'm basically trying to center my design. I had to rotate the shirt on screen so that it would look center, and yeah, just get your design as center as you possibly can. And from here, I think I'm about ready to press down on my shirt. I'm gonna show you all what it looks like once I hold it up to me as well. So don't fret if it looks a little curved or wonky on screen, don't fret. Okay, so I'm gonna let the design cool down for just a few seconds, 10 to 15 seconds. That's what it said on the instructions. Also gonna grab my Teflon sheet so that I can reheat the design one more time. Okay, that looks really good. So yeah, that looks really, really good. As I mentioned before, it probably looks a little slanted on screen, but I promise you it looks really great in person. This is what the shirt looks like. I absolutely love it. And again, this is my alma mater. Now, a couple things that I want to point out. Again, this is the Hello Hobby iron-on vinyl by Walmart. So I hope that you enjoyed this review on it. My final thoughts are, or my initial thoughts are that it feels very similar to the Cricut iron-on vinyl, the everyday iron-on vinyl. Same size as that vinyl, just a little bit cheaper than that vinyl cost. The weeding process was very easy for me. As I mentioned before, I did have to cut 2 times because that initial cut, I did not feel like it was deep enough, and I probably would have had a harder time weeding it if I did not cut 2 times. Other thoughts on this include, I think the color is really nice. It feels really good on the shirt. I will come back and, you know, once I wash the shirt, I will come back and give my thoughts and reviews on how it held up in the wash. But overall, let me know, have you used this Hello Hobby iron-on vinyl before? Do you have a preference for any other iron-on vinyl? Yeah, let me know down below in the comments. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.